For as long as video game RPGs have been around, we've all likely found ourselves gravitating toward one protagonist or another. And this makes sense, as these protagonists are often incredibly relatable, or interesting, or just generally endearing. That being considered, here are the most iconic JRPG protagonists of all time. Red, from the Pokemon series. When it comes to the Pokemon game series, there is just no denying the impact that Red has had on the franchise. As the protagonist, we follow his journey as he sets out to become Pokemon Master. And we get to share in his experiences as he discovers new species and such. It's fun. It's really neat. He battles gym leaders, and he uncovers hidden secrets along the way as well. There's a lot of cool things happening here. His progression from novice to skilled trainer mirrors our own growth as players, and his design has become a true symbol of the Pokemon trainer archetype. It's hard to imagine a Pokemon world without Red, and his influence can be seen in countless aspects of the game, from the iconic red and white hat that he wears, to the fierce determination that he brings to each and every battle. Red is a character that has truly left his mark on the Pokemon franchise, and whether you're a longtime fan or just starting off playing Pokemon for the first time, there's no denying the importance of Red and the role that he has played in shaping the world of Pokemon as we know it today. Dart Feld, from Legend of Dragoon. Dart's personal history, including the tragic loss of his parents and his quest for revenge against the Black Monster, sets the stage for a compelling and emotionally charged narrative. Dart's desire for vengeance and his determination to confront his past resonate with players who can empathize with his journey of self-discovery and of healing. Throughout the game, Dart evolves from a lone warrior seeking revenge to a key figure in a larger conflict.
I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack.
His growth as a person, a warrior, and a leader all just add up to make him an awesome character. It gives him the sort of depth that we look for in characters. Dart's internal conflicts, including his emotional scars from the past and his struggle to come to terms with his quest for revenge, contribute to this multi-dimensional character, and this makes him incredibly relatable. As people, we generally all have some sort of trauma that we are dealing with to some extent day in and day out, and despite the issues that Dart is dealing with, he shows the same moral strength as many others on this list as he fights for what he understands to be right and correct and moral, and his moral compass just seems to be pointed in the right direction. Dart's transformation into a Dragoon, a powerful warrior with the ability to harness the power of dragons, adds a distinct gameplay element that so many people remember. There was an incredible initial response for this game, despite the crazy shadow that was cast by Final Fantasy VII. And the re-emergence of this game in recent years has helped to re-establish this game's importance for RPG lovers. Fei Fong Wong, from Xenogears. Fei Wong is undoubtedly one of the most complex and relatable protagonists in just the overall history of video games. His emotional journey and personal growth throughout the course of Xenogears for PlayStation 1 is just nothing short of remarkable. At the outset of the game, Fei is portrayed as a troubled and a conflicted individual struggling to find his place in the world. However, as the story progresses, we see him evolve into a hero that's like taking charge, taking things by the horn, and just moving forward and evolving, I guess. See, what makes Fei such a fascinating character is the internal conflicts that he's facing. For instance, his battle with his alternative personality, the id, is a struggle that many of us can relate to on some level.
Let's dance.
We all have aspects of our personality that we wish we could change, or maybe we could suppress it, like the id. And Fei's journey serves as a powerful reminder that we have the power to overcome even our darkest impulses. Something else that makes Fei so iconic, I guess, is his search for identity. This is a theme that runs throughout the entirety of the game, as Fei tries to figure out who he is in the grand scheme of things and where he fits into the world. And this is a struggle that is not unique to Fei. I mean, lots of people deal with this. We all have to establish our identity at some point, right? And so watching another character or somebody else or whatever go through this change, it's encouraging to us, and we find that relatable, and so this character becomes a bit more iconic to us. Along with this, Fei's journey is intertwined with socio-political themes, with war and religion and the exploitation of power. As he navigates these complex issues, he becomes a symbolic character embodying the struggles and triumphs of, I guess, what it means to be human, of the human condition. His character is both universal and deeply personal. His struggles are ours, and his triumphs are ours, and they're a testament to into the power of the human spirit. And his is a story that just resonates with players and continues to resonate with players and will continue to resonate with players for years to come. Ramza from Final Fantasy Tactics. Ramza, being the main character in Final Fantasy Tactics, is just undeniably one of the most beloved protagonists in the history of video games. The popularity of Final Fantasy Tactics has just continued to skyrocket, and so many people, including myself, cited it as one of their favorite games of all time. Ramza's unwavering commitment to justice and to righteousness has captured the hearts of just so many people, including myself. And his story is one that is both engaging and just endearing, not to mention inspiring. Throughout the game, Ramza is portrayed as an earnest and principled individual who embarks on a journey filled with, well, political scheming and violent conflicts. And these are the sort of things we all deal with as well, and these things test his moral fiber, and like it does ours. Despite the challenges he faces, Ramza he sticks to it, man. He's steadfast and his resolve to defy, I guess is the verb I'm looking for, to defy these corrupt and oppressive forces and to stay true to his beliefs. Ramza has an unwavering commitment to his principles, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. He just refuses to compromise his values even when it's in his best interest, honestly, to do so. And this determination is it's admirable. It's something that I'm sure we all wish we could do, like in the face of whatever comes at us, that if we could just stick to it, man, that'd be awesome. But it's not easy. Ramza is also a skilled fighter, obviously. He has a variety of abilities that allow him to turn the tide of battle when it's necessary. It's clear from his dialogue and from the fights that he has the strategic mind and that he's a quick-thinking character, and this makes him a formidable opponent. It makes him a character that we can get behind as he tries to deal with these seemingly insurmountable odds. Ramza is the kind of character that sticks with you. Even after the game is over, years after the game is over, you still remember him. You remember the things that he did and the political intrigue, all the stuff that he was fighting against and how he stuck to it. It's hard not to just champion this guy. Terra Branford from Final Fantasy VI. Terra Branford is an iconic character in the world of RPGs as a whole. She's a unique hero, she's half human, she's half Esper, and she has magical abilities. Her story is one of struggle, self-discovery, and ultimately triumph. And that's what we all want. This is the kind of growth stuff that we enjoy. Terra's journey begins with her being enslaved by the Empire, who sought to harness her Esper powers for their own scary, sort of nefarious purposes. She eventually escapes their clutches with the help of a band of rebels, and they start to unravel the mysteries of her identity. If you haven't noticed, identity is kind of a huge thing on this list. Throughout her journey, Terra is plagued by the doubts and the insecurities about her own abilities, what she's capable of, what she's not capable of, and these are the same sort of things that we as human beings have to deal with. She struggles with this dual nature as both human and Esper and wonders if she truly belongs anywhere. Despite these challenges, though, Terra gradually evolves into a strong leader and just a fierce warrior. She becomes a key member in the Rebel Alliance, fighting alongside her friends to bring down the oppressive Empire and restore peace to the land. And in the end, her story is one of perseverance and of love and of hope. In conquering her own doubts and fears and such, she becomes a powerful force for good, despite all the challenges she has faced. And really, Terra's goal is one that we all want anyway, right? To create a world where all beings can live together in harmony.
I wish that I could bake a cake made out of rainbows and smiles, and we'd all eat it, be happy.
She doesn't even go here.
That's all we really want. Errick from the Dragon Warrior and Dragon Quest series. Errick is one of the just earliest and most iconic heroes in role-playing game history. His legacy dates back to the original Dragon Quest game in 1986, which played, of course, this crazy significant role in popularizing RPGs in Japan and beyond. Errick's legacy in the gaming world it cannot be overstated. As the central hero in the Dragon Quest, again Dragon Warrior series, he's captured the hearts of just fans everywhere, the world over, with his noble character and heroic deeds. Sometimes known as Lodo, sometimes known as Rodo, Errick's story is one of courage and sacrifice in the face of just overwhelming evil. He has become an icon of the gaming world, inspiring countless players to just take up arms and fight for what is right in the world. The Dragon Quest series has had a profound impact on gaming culture, and I believe his role is actually contributing to this lasting influence. Like, it has helped. Even decades after the first appearance of Errick, he remains a beloved figure among gamers of just all ages. Let me take a moment and explain my love for Dragon Warrior as well. I mean, like, it's just, it's important to me. I grew up in awe of Dragon Warrior. It was the first RPG that I ever played. The game was with me as a child, and I played it until I beat it on the same save file 20-something years later. I actually ended up finishing the game the night before my friends picked me up for my bachelor party. So it was almost like a beautiful rite of passage for me. Dragon Warrior, or Dragon Quest, whichever one you want to call it. It was Dragon Warrior when I was playing on the NES. It gave me this wild sense of adventure and exploration. It was just incredible. It really cemented my love for RPGs. And so many years later, the series continues to evolve. It continues to cement its way into, and prod its way into the minds of so many people, especially RPG enthusiasts, and every new entry just seems to get better and better. Ness from Earthbound. Ness is just this everyday kid, but his journey is obviously anything but ordinary. It's weird. He comes from the suburbs, and this down-to-earth personality that he has makes him just easy for players to connect with and to root for him. As players guide Ness through this extraordinary adventure of Earthbound, they witness his personal growth and development. I mean, mostly without saying a word. He doesn't really say anything, but he's still a compelling and relatable protagonist. This kind of down-to-earth style, no pun intended, makes him the perfect hero to confront otherworldly threats. Ness starts again like this just typical kid, and then he's fighting otherworldly menaces and facing the challenge of saving the entire world. His relationships with his friends, Paula, Jeff, Pooh, these are all central to the game's narrative, and these bonds add depth to his character, and it drives the story forward. Players will be delighted to see how these relationships are put to the test as Ness battles against some bizarre enemies like hippies and whatever else. Can't let them hippies get away with it, right? Throughout the game, Ness is involved in numerous memorable scenes and events. He fights against the Happy cult, which is, funny, intriguing, terrifying, however you want to put it. He meets a lot of quirky NPCs, such as the Runaway Five. He makes a friend out of Apple Kid, the poor dude who just is trying to live off his inventions and get a sandwich. These interactions help players get a better sense of the world that Ness inhabits and the challenges that he faces. His iconic design, which includes the red cap and the striped shirt, has become instantly recognizable. Ness might appear to be just the ordinary dude, but his journey is just anything but ordinary. Because he comes from such an iconic RPG and such a beloved RPG, it's hard not to call him one of the most iconic characters of all time. Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Sora is the main protagonist in Kingdom Hearts, and he's obviously an iconic character. He's known for this embodiment of universal themes with like friendship, sacrifice, and the struggle between light and darkness. As the Keyblade Master, Sora's role is crucial in the Kingdom Hearts universe, and his connections to various Disney and Final Fantasy worlds have made him a beloved figure in gaming culture. From his spiky hair to his super optimistic personality, it's just very recognizable stuff. He seems just incredibly devoted to his friends and to the world that he inhabits. His too is a story of identities. He's discovering who he is as the key master or whatever, and buried the responsibility of that, and figuring out himself in the grand scheme of things. With each new installment of the Kingdom Hearts franchise, Sora's character's development it's evolved. It's got a little more mature. Whether he's teaming up with Donald and Goofy to save the world, or he's facing off against his greatest foes, Sora's unwavering bravery and loyalty to his friends make him a character that just we can't help but root for. And Sora has broken free of just the Kingdom Hearts only thing, and he's everywhere. You see him on backpacks, you see him on that's true of a lot of video game characters, but he's also in Smash Brothers. That's important. He's become this cultural icon in the gaming community, and he's recognized for his impact on the industry and his ability to bring people together throughout his story. Whether you're a die-hard Kingdom Hearts fan or just a casual gamer, it's hard not to be moved by Sora's journey and the impact he has had on the gaming world, bringing together Final Fantasy and Disney, two very beloved franchises. Chrono from Chrono Trigger. See, this one's a little different, not in the sense of being like a silent protagonist, but just that we're given the opportunity to attach ourselves to Chrono. Chrono doesn't have a whole lot of interaction with other characters, and anything that makes him wildly unique in that sense. We don't get his dialogue, but we are expected to project ourselves onto Chrono. The other characters are obviously very interesting ones because they have dialogue and they have these interactions, but it's with Chrono that they have these interactions. If you're anything like me, you're a huge fan of Chrono Trigger, and you might be questioning yourself in two ways. Why not Chrono Trigger? why not Chrono from Chrono Trigger for this list, right? But then you gotta stop and think, why? Why Chrono from Chrono Trigger? He's super iconic, but he has little beyond his own actions to contribute, but his actions speak for themselves. Chrono is always willing to help. That's obvious in the game. He never backs down, and he's even willing to sacrifice himself. He's an incredible character, an extremely endearing character, and a character in RPGs that's just so recognizable that it's hard to deny the impact and the importance. And his spiky hair and his character design makes him instantly recognizable for RPG fans. Chances are, if you play RPGs, new or old, you know what Chrono Trigger is. And our association of Chrono Trigger is often synonymous with this main character, Chrono. Adol Kristen from the E series. Adol is undoubtedly one of the most beloved protagonists in the E series, as he is the protagonist in the E series. He's known for his unwavering sense of adventure and his passion for exploration, which makes sense as he has so many games under his belt now, and he's an inspiring character for players. With his impressive combat skills, which I mean you've seen if you've seen these games at all, because they are mostly about the combat, Adol is a force to be reckoned with, and his agility and swordsmanship make him a formidable opponent for any enemy. What makes him stand out, however, is his character development and growth throughout the series. As players progress through the games, they witness Adol's journey and evolution, which adds depth and complexity to his personality, and there's a lot to add there because the games, there's just so many of them. His interactions with various cultures and civilizations he encounters on his travels, these all contribute to the game's immersive storytelling. His unwavering determination to overcome challenges and his willingness to help those in need make him a true hero in every sense of the word. He embodies the spirit of adventure, he embodies the spirit of discovery, and his bravery and selflessness, it inspires players to be the best possible person they can. It makes us all want to be better versions of ourselves. Overall, Adol is a consistent and iconic hero. He's captured the hearts of gamers worldwide for so many years, for over 30 years. And the fact that he has, I would argue, let me know if I'm wrong here, I think he has more games under his belt than any other character on this list, any other RPG character that I can think of. It is hard not to let him rest this high on this list, as he certainly put the work in. And this work, by the way, is consistent. It's good. It's like every entry of his is solid stuff. Before we get to number one, the last person on the list, whatever, however you want to put it, before you get mad because you knew this was coming, why don't you subscribe? I love talking about RPGs. If you're here and you probably have enjoyed this video so far, give me a like, give me a subscribe, share this with other people. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I know that my thoughts about the most iconic RPG protagonists of all time are not the same as yours. It's probably not the same. So what are your thoughts here? Again, subscribe. Happy to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Drop the stuff in the comments and let's talk about the obvious choice here. And just try not to get too mad at me, okay? Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. There, I said it. We're all thinking it. We know it. That was what was coming. And how much you want to despite, how much you might want to deny this, consider. Cloud is just undoubtedly one of the most iconic characters in the gaming world. Not just RPG, just in the whole entire gaming world. He may be underestimated by some, maybe that some is you, but his cultural impact and emotional journey have won the hearts of just billions of fans worldwide for so many years. At the core of his character is a relatable and deeply human struggle that continues to resonate with people of all ages. Cloud's journey is a complex one. As he battles with his past, he battles with identity, ding ding ding, there it is again, identity, and the traumatic experiences that have shaped him into the person that he is today. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, that's us, right? His flaws are what make him such a compelling character, as he struggles with his own demons while navigating the world around him. And in a world that is becoming more and more AI kind of driven, what does it mean to be human? And I think we will continue to see this. It is because of all the junk that Cloud has to deal with that he resonates with people so powerfully. As audiences, we don't really have much of a choice but to love Cloud. He's a character who has faced adversity and hardship, but he has also found the strength to overcome challenge after challenge after challenge and to emerge stronger on the other side. It's no wonder that Cloud has become such an iconic figure in gaming. With his legacy continuing to live on through various spin-offs and appearances, he is a character who has captured the imaginations of fans around the world, and his impact on the gaming world will undoubtedly endure for years to come. and you just can't really challenge it that much. I mean, yeah, maybe, but he's important. So what do you think? There's a lot of discussions here about identity and what makes these characters iconic. I'd like to know what you think makes a character iconic. Obviously, I want to know which characters you think are iconic. Are there entries that you agree with me on, disagree with me on? I love to hear this, because all of this conversation, it's this discourse, gaming discourse, right? And gaming discourse is important. We should continue, right?
I want to take a moment and thank a couple of people who have signed up as members on my YouTube channel. For membership, you can get some extra stuff and whatever. And Luther Bob and Bubby Cat Viking have both been members, paying members for my channel. I really appreciate your support. I don't own a guinea pig yet, but one day I will. And for your patronage, you'll be able to wear like a fire costume or something, something like this. But yeah, just know that the money's going to a good place, and I appreciate you folks. Thank you.